soft ones.
Welcome to the Austin LGBT Chamber of Commerce podcast. It is post South by, pre-spring. I'm joined here, of course, with Amy and Colton, as always. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello. And pre-Ireland.
And pre-Ireland.
By one day.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. So, yeah, we came out of South by. We walked right into allergies.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
I think we were spat out of South by. And then we were jumped in the alley by allergies.
Yes.
Like,
It's pretty aggressive.
my body hates me. Every morning I wake up, my body's like, God, please no. Not again.
She's still here.
Want a refund?
Mine was pretty bad too, but only lasted 2 days, thankfully.
My car goes from black to green this time of year. It's horrible. Everybody's sneezing and watery eyes.
Yeah.
Well,
Birds are moving.
Sometimes Reba needs a green dress.
Yes, Reba is my black truck, y'all. She does. She fancy. South by was a good experience for everybody. We had a great time. Everybody left. The town looks completely back to normal, like it never happened.
So strange.
Yeah,
They're better than a carnival.
they are.
like a caravan of carnies coming in. You can always tell they've been there because there's trash and like muddy tire tracks.
The carnies.
Yes.
Yes, just being clear.
And then South by, I really don't know. Like across an entire city, I'm very impressed.
It is pretty impressive the work that they put in and get done, and yeah, it's like they were never here.
And it's mostly the production teams that get the credit, right? Like,
I suppose that's well, it kind of depends, right? If you're
Well,
like
yeah.
the Paramount House,
Mhm.
right? It's probably a crew that goes around the country and does those activations.
Right.
Yeah, the Delta House.
But it's like also holding up that contract with South by.
I mean,
like they mean business. And
they
it's,
do.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good experience for sure. St. Patrick's Day, how'd that treat everybody? We just made it through my favorite holiday of the year.
I took St. Patrick's Day off this year. Very sad, I know.
Yeah, I was actually doing a little bit of work on St. Patrick's Day, catching up from the South by whirlwind.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was at the pub at 10 a.m., which for me was a little late.
that is champion.
But they didn't open the doors until 11. So we tailgated.
So you kicked them down?
We tailgated.
Well, of course you did.
We tailgated at the pub. It's one of my favorite little Irish pubs in town. It's owned by all Irish immigrants that brought their delicious food and their fun flavors and their personalities to the pub. We had a council member, Jose Velasquez, who's a council member for that district, do a proclamation reading, making it Kelly's Irish Pub Day.
Cute.
Super
That
cute.
is cute. I want to go there.
Got me a free
I love
round of
it.
drinks out of it, so it worked out really well.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to
Yeah, we were
Pub.
supposed to have a little pub day before we go to Ireland.
way to go.
Yeah, I'm excited though. We are sold out for our Ireland trip. We're taking
Oh,
20 plus entrepreneurs and a couple of plus ones to Dublin this weekend, all through next week, to learn about how to do business with, to, and from. If you have a little homo FOMO that you didn't get to go this year, keep your eyes peeled. We will be reviewing our cities for next year, and you're going to want to get on that.
Oh, yes.
Wait till you see the pictures that we're going to send back.
Oh.
Well, the ones that we allow through, I should say.
You can also watch us live inside the pub,
You can.
one of the pubs.
Yeah, we've got to figure out the time frame for that, like when to let all of our loved ones know back home. Okay, tune in. We're going to be in
Yeah.
the middle of the intersection waving. The idiots waving. And well, we won't be hard to spot.
Yeah, there's for those listening, there's a live cam that is right on the very super high touristy area over by Temple Bar. It's if you go to earthcam.com and search live cam Dublin, you'll see a live, and it's a freakishly good camera.
Yeah, like you
it
can
should be in
zoom
every
in.
bank.
I think it's
Ever.
strange that everybody can zoom in at from different hubs.
It is a little peculiar. It's a
Yeah.
digital feed. That's how that works.
Well,
Yeah.
I understand how it works, but I also think it's like because the picture is so clear, it's just wild.
The picture is unbelievably clear, and goes. The other camera is inside the pub, so if you really want to stalk people, that'd be really like a shitty thing, right? Maybe you live in Dublin and you want to spy on your significant other.
Oh, I'm sure
You
they.
totally bust them inside the Dublin bar.
Yeah, I
They probably
imagine
just
locals.
avoid Temple Bar.
Yeah, they probably
Yeah,
avoid.
right.
I don't know. We're gonna find out. I'm very excited
It is going to be a good
to
trip
hear
for
the
sure.
locals' perspective on the camera situation.
Especially like the staff that's inside there, because we've tuned in here at like a decent hour, but it'd be like 3 a.m. over there.
Yeah.
And I think it's more fun. I've enjoyed having it up on one of my monitors because I watch all the drunk stumbles
Oh,
at 3
amazing.
o'clock in the morning, doing the one-legged walk.
Well,
where
that's
they're like,
where
one leg's planted and the other one's moving. They're like, why am I not going anywhere? Drunk walk.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, my mind goes like, how many times has it been mooned? Like, is
Of
there
course.
is somebody have an official counter somewhere?
You should start one.
I'm ready to take that on. I volunteer as tribute.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll stick with the regular moon over Dublin. Not
Got another one.
moons over Miami. All right, as in all things, let's check out the local news and headlines in the Austin area. So, Visit Austin is looking to support a strategy to help the hotels as the convention center closes. According to the Austin Monitor, staff from Visit Austin plan to aggressively market the city to new and recurring visitors in the coming years as part of the strategy to support local hotels and the convention industry during the 4-year closure of the convention center. They're going to adopt more of a campus-style approach, spreading out large bookings around clusters of downtown hotels and an attempt to layer different events in the same groups in different hotels. Right. The idea is to you can read more about this story at the Austin Monitor, but the idea is to still maintain South by Southwest and events of that size, but just move those panel discussions, move the things that would normally happen inside the convention center to the hotel partners in the area.
Yeah. I think people are already doing that. We got a little taster of it this year.
Yeah. And the Visit Austin crew, their job is to book the conventions and put heads in beds because tourism money is great money. And they're not seeing a slowdown. It will look different. It will feel different. The construction will be a bit of a nightmare, but we've needed to do this expansion for so long.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good thing, though, too, because especially when you're speaking to Visit Austin, if you can get people boots on the ground exploring a little more of the city, it's going to want them to come back. Like, they're going to want to come back instead of staying in a hotel where you sleep, you change, you shower, you get up, and you walk straight down to the convention center. So this will give, visitors a chance to explore a little more of what we love here.
And I hope the footprint of South by, for example, changes during that time, where maybe it expands a little further west out toward Lamar and then a little further east.
Yeah.
To give some more opportunities to some of those small businesses that are around some of those new host locations, whether it be a hotel or some of the businesses. Like Atlassian this last year hosted a couple of sessions, and they're a good ways off East Austin, but it was great because on the way there, I stopped and had lunch. On the way back, I stopped and grabbed a drink.
But not too big. Because it's already like there's so many things that overlap, and I do have major FOMO. But
For the South by calendar.
yeah, where you sit in on one panel and you're like, this isn't really for me, and then you try to catch another one. And you're like, dang it, I should have been here the whole time. But yeah, so not too big.
Yeah, here's hoping. But 4 years of construction is the goal, is the current timeline, and that'll start 2025, I think, for the shutdown.
I love it. I can't wait
It's
for
exciting
it to
stuff.
be finished.
Yeah, there'll be a hotel within the convention center. It's got to go up because we lost time. What was that movie? We lost time. Where he loses his memory. Anyway, I'm old.
The Notebook?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But it was supposed to go out from the convention center where it sits now. But we waited so long that the property became unavailable and has changed hands and went on the open market, and we couldn't afford it anymore. So now the construction has to go up for the convention center.
I think we should place wagers on which will be done first, convention center or the South 35 expansion.
Oh, well, my money's on convention center.
Same. However,
Yeah.
with the estimated project completion dates that they have, I'm like,
I moved here in 1992.
don't
And
stand
I-35
it.
was under construction in 1992.
I-45 has been under construction my entire life, but they somehow managed to turn it around. And it's the same people. It's like state.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's just easier to manage. I mean, the amount of volume that goes through I-35 to be able to put people down to 2 lanes to work on a piece of
Yeah.
it, and then slide everybody over to work on the other piece of it.
I get it. I mean, I took 130 today, which I don't ever see standstill traffic, and it jacked my world. It was bumper to bumper on 130, which shouldn't happen.
That's amazing because I remember the old there was a lot of politicians in town that were against I-30, and they would use the attitude that you could bring your bedroll
Mhm.
and lay across I-35 or 130 and take a nap because nobody was on it. So the fact people are using it is great.
People use it. It's just if you sneeze, you don't catch them because they're going 95 miles per hour.
Well, there's that.
That's me. Sorry, everyone, this morning that I was weaving in and out around you, but you're going too slow.
90 miles an hour is too slow.
It's 85 miles per
Is it?
hour. That
Oh.
is the fastest highway in the United States.
I need to stay off of that.
That is the set limit, and I usually go about 90.
Wow.
And when people, but what's it like? It's 130, and then 183 runs parallel. So if you're gonna go 65, just take 183. It's
Right.
right there, and it's free.
Like
So
that's
why?
we should just call it the slow lane
It's
instead
the
of
slow-
183.
Yeah, it's slow 183. But why are you spending money to go 60 miles per hour?
Oh.
The same speed.
Yeah,
It
so-
does drive me bonkers on Mopac, that little express lane, when somebody gets in it
Oh.
and they go 60, and I'm like, what are you doing?
And then you're trapped
yes.
on Mopac.
And it's just a line of cars that link up behind this
Yeah.
one person.
I think that is the thing that makes me the angriest in this world. Like being trapped in the
In it.
express lane on Mopac when every other lane is going faster than you.
Yes.
But
and you know
ha-
that they're looking at you because I
Yeah.
do it when I'm in the regular lanes.
Yeah.
And I'm passing
They're, like,
somebody in the.
stupid.
Yeah, I'm like,
And you turn and you look at them like, what is your malfunction?
you spent 35
Who gave you a
cents.
license? But have you ever been on Mopac when a car dies in the express lane?
Oh, no.
I think I'd run over those white things.
Well, yeah, APD was actually telling us, like, just drive over the white pylons. They fold down.
Yeah, they're
They're
stupid
plastic.
sticks.
Yeah. So,
Which in Reba, my big ass truck, they could probably just fold down whenever I want to get in
gives
and
it a
out
nice
of it.
little flossing underneath. Like when you roll, like, oh, I finally dislodged that branch.
Flossy.
So if you need to floss your truck, head out to Mopac. All right, in the next headlines. The eclipse is big business along with big safety concerns. The eclipse is happening April 8th this year. Visit Austin President and CEO Tom Noonan says the bookings related to the eclipse appear to have begun a year ago, saying that we are way ahead of pace than we normally would be. There's a lot of folks who are also in town to travel for this, as well as it'll come off the heels of the CMT Awards that'll be here again the same time. CMT Awards are like the night before, but people will be here. And then you've got city departments, county, and the state, some of which have declared states of emergency already, given the 4 minutes of darkness, but moreover, the vast amount of people that are going to be here for the eclipse.
Wow. A state of emergency?
Okay. I'm not up on the astrology. What is it?
It's like when you walk into a room
science.
and you haven't turned the light switch on. That's
well,
what it
it's
looks
not
like.
gonna look like that though. Like it will look darker, like cloudy, like when it gets cloudy. Because we just had an eclipse, right? It wasn't a
partial.
Yeah, it's partial, but it looked pretty cool through the glasses. Like it was.
Well, this is supposedly not going to happen for another 400 years. So it's a big deal if you're an astronomy
Yeah,
enthusiast.
sure.
If you're me just coming to work, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just been a buzz for so long. When I visited my brother-in-law this past weekend up in North Carolina, they want to fly in.
Yeah, it's a big
Like
to
this
do.
is and we are it. Like we are ground zero for
We are it.
best view of this.
Well,
eclipse.
Kerrville was ground zero for the previous one, and Kerrville was
In Atlanta.
inundated with tourists that came with their telescopes and their
Right. Hill Country is actually supposed to be
yeah.
still the best for this one.
Yeah, my hometown. People
Oh.
are losing their minds.
Yeah, I bet they have all kinds of conspiracies though in your town.
Mhm.
I think it's just the influx. Well, it's very much like Lockhart. Like we don't want your kind here.
Exactly.
We don't want any new people. We're just gonna die, and then the town's gonna close. Like it's anyway.
We love you, Lockhart.
We love Lockhart so much, and things are happening down there. We're shaking it up.
They are. All right. In other headlines, this is my headline, but here we go. The same old curmudgeons are suing the city again over Project Connect. ABJX reports this in a much more professional manner, but the Austin Transit Partner, which is the agency behind the city's $4.8 billion plan to develop a light rail system, has taken a step forward in the ongoing legal saga by the old curmudgeons that risk disrupting the work that we've had so far. The dispute really centers around the fact that voters approved the light rail in large margins, I might add, and the money for it. And it was drastically downsized because of the cost constraints over the period of time since we voted to when we're actually going to get shovels into the ground. So opponents are arguing that this should go back out for a vote again, and that they want to see all of the numbers behind how much things are going to cost. ATP is holding that releasing this detailed internal cost estimates for specific components of the rail system, of course, would seriously undermine their ability to get the best pricing through the competitive bid process. You can read more at the ABJ. Statesman's got an article as well as the Austin Monitor. But there has been a long-standing group of curmudgeons in this town who have just, every time we try and move forward as a city, they're like, oh, lawsuit, oh, lawsuit. The upside is that they always lose. They've yet to be successful in their long-term suits. What it does, though, is it costs the city money, which their argument is that they're always trying to save taxpayer money. But they're more than happy to spend money on their own lawsuits against the city. They never win. And then they delay the projects even more, which just increases the price of the projects. Drives me bonkers.
I don't understand why this would go to another vote. I mean, anybody who has traveled outside of Texas,
Yeah.
let alone the United States. So if you've been on like the East Coast and you understand how public transportation alleviates the congestion of these huge cities, which we now are. We're a huge city.
10th largest in the country.
This has to happen. I almost think it should be mandated federally that
ridiculous.
you, like as a major international airport now, like a hub, having some kind of mandate, like you have to figure out your transportation system.
Yeah, it's
like,
one of the biggest affordability issues. If you're a renter, transportation is your biggest expense, very likely. If you're a homeowner, it's very likely your second biggest expense.
I mean,
and we're seeing the benefits. Q2. I rode the train up there last week for the match. Packed.
On the way up?
Yeah, up and down.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it was packed both directions. Not enough people, not enough trains, in fact, for the people on the platforms.
It needs to be normalized.
It's great.
I know there's like a conflict with the rail line, like the actual rail line.
Yeah, the UP line.
But we have a friend, Colton's friend Toy, actually takes the train to Austin, like the people
Amtrak.
move, from San Marcos. And I love that. It's $4 and some change.
Yeah.
The only problem is they have to yield to like freight and everything,
right,
on both directions. So it comes back from Chicago and then it's really delayed. But if we could normalize that kind of transportation, oh my God, you can get anywhere.
Yeah. And especially this next generation is like my neighbor. She's fairly young. I'm guessing probably 28 years old. Rarely drives her car. Like there's always leaves around the tires because she just doesn't drive her car.
Windshields dusted over.
Yeah. And there's a whole group of folks who are just, they're born and raised on Lyft and Ubers and alternate ways to get around. Our bus system is getting better, although it's got more to go. But it is getting better. But wouldn't it be great if it could connect to an interrail system? But these curmudgeon people that just get in the way of it's the get off my lawn crowd.
Well, I mean, the whole displacement argument is very sad, and I know they're really trying to work with folks, but it's just one of those things. It's just we gotta grow. There's no more room in Austin for cars. There gotta be an alternative method.
It's great for housing, like that stop over there by I forget the name of the stop, but it's over there by St. John's and Lamar. Kind of it's one up from ACC. And they built an entire multi-family restaurants, pubs. Like it's got it going on right there. I can't remember the name of that stop.
with a
either.
stop out
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
with the stop right there, you get off and go. Like the economic impact of rail systems is fantastic.
Well, and Bill McCamley even told us at our luncheon that the city has been scooping up some of these multifamily
Mhm.
buildings and keeping them at a cost of living that is
Right.
affordable so that people can live there and they have a transportation stop and
Yeah.
off you pop. Like
Off you
that
pop.
is that is how
Pick up the kid at the daycare and
Yeah.
you go upstairs to your condo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like better for everyone. It does suck that some of these businesses and everything are going to have to relocate, but it's just kind
Well, Martin's is saved. They saved Dirty Martin's, and I will say because I've attended so many of these meetings and open houses. The group and the engineers, like they live here. They're from here. Some of
Yeah.
them have been here for 30, 40 years. Like this is their city too. They are
Yeah.
doing the lowest amount of impact they can to the surrounding community in order to get the line in. These are not like out of towners dropping in and going, mow everything down, put it right here. See you later. We got to go to Seattle now. These people live here.
Mhm.
yeah, it's so strange to me that you wouldn't want to see the city thrive. But I'm here for the day where I can just pop on my goggles and drone in.
I'm with you on that. That'd be great.
Yeah, like
I'm loving my new electric bike.
I'll take the train when it's ready.
You don't look as great in goggles.
my
No.
hair will be a disaster every morning. But if I could just get from A to B without having to go through the traditional highway system, I would love it so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I just bought that electric bike, 2 weeks ago. I took it around during South by. Love it so much. It's just a great way to get around.
I know.
And it's so cute.
It's cute. It folds down.
I had an appointment this morning and I had to come
Mm.
back down from north through like UT. We're all like
Oh, yeah.
it's like you've kicked an anthill over and all the students are out everywhere. But so many of them have scooters. And I was like, they're
Like personally owned scooters.
yeah, and they're
Yeah.
passing me as I'm sitting in traffic. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, it's really like we're on to something.
I mean, you look, right? You mentioned, right? You travel outside the U.S.
Yeah.
And the vast majority, it's bicycles, scooters, mopeds. It's an alternative form of transportation.
Mhm.
It's basic
This is
physics.
how
You can
like,
put more people in a lane
Yes.
if they're not all in a single occupancy vehicle.
We are on the trajectory to have like the driverless cars
Oh,
where
Lord.
everything is moving and it operates like a tram and you just hop in a car.
Right.
And everything is timed. I love that. And this is just par for the course. So everybody who's suing the city, stop it.
Stop it. They're just
stop it.
Stop.
Quit
Like,
it.
find another hobby. Go do something else. So that's the local headlines for the week. Yeah, let's take a look at some chamber news. So aside from Dublin, we've talked about that ad nauseum. What's coming up in April when we get back to Earth?
On April 10th, we will be at Kirby Lane Cafe Northwest.
Nice.
In a private room.
Didn't even know they had a private room.
I think it's the only one that has a private room. So I'm really excited for this.
I don't know if I've ever been to the Northwest location, but
Nope.
I'm excited. It's delicious.
Now I'm hungry.
Me too.
Yes. And yeah, the pre-selected meal items. So please register and choose your meal. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, not official yet, but we'll be talking about the airport expansion, which
great.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll update you if that changes.
Yeah, the important thing is to be sure to register at austinlgbtchamber.com. It is not a hard sell. These always sell out. We are limited by capacity by the restaurant and the size that we choose. We're not we don't go and rent a big ballroom and have a monthly luncheon where you have somebody speaks at you. This is a chance for you to be interactive and support local businesses. So April 10th is the luncheon. It's a different week because we're typically the first week of the month, but we will all be jet lagged and hungover. So we did move it selfishly to April 10th. So please mark your calendar and please register in advance. What else is going on in April?
We have a happy hour and a ribbon cutting,
Ooh.
same time.
Okay.
Mhm.
Where at, Amy?
Swallow Wines. And I'm really excited for this one finally to come around because you know how it is with opening a new place and like with the construction they've just been put through it with permitting.
Oh, yeah.
So they finally got this final check off with the fire marshal. They're open for business.
Great.
So we're going to celebrate. It's been a long time coming. We've been trying to plan this one for like a year.
Goodness.
Literally.
Yeah. So
You hear that, City of Austin? You need to get out of the way and let small businesses open. A year.
I think so. This is a northern one. So all of you who have been
Oh,
busting
Round
our
Rock,
chops
right?
for trying to do something north, we are going north, and I do think it is in Round Rock. So,
So
come on,
April's a North month.
If you're up there, you have no excuse. I want you to clear your calendar. We're coming, and the luncheon. The luncheon's relatively north too. So
Love that.
we'll
Great.
See. We'll see you there.
What are our friends at HEB doing? I hear they're up to something.
They just released a bunch of information about their supplier diversity program. So if you would like to do business with HEB, we sent out an email this morning that has some information on how you can apply. They also have some supplier diversity talks.
Yes.
It's amazing what they do.
They are a model of how to do business the right way.
Yeah, it's kind of like supplier diversity season. I get the sense there's other companies that are putting the call out and lining out what the requirements are. So if you don't really understand what we're talking about, please reach out to us and we'll explain it in detail. But this is basically a way to make sure that they're working with the right people and giving everybody equal opportunity to get their product on the market and make bank.
And if you're a small business like this, it can be real game changing to your company. Whether you're an HVAC company, you're in construction, you're a marketing consultant, whatever kind of the space you're in, whether it be a private business or a government entity, they are looking for you. They're looking for your talent. They're looking for your expertise. They're looking to work with you. So take advantage of some of these moments. Get yourself certified. Like Amy said, if you're not familiar with the process, give us a holler. We can help get you certified if you are an LGBT-owned business. You can also get certified if you're women-owned, minority-owned, veteran-owned. Get those certifications.
Disability,
and just get in there and don't assume that they are not going to do business with you because you're small.
Yeah, you actually have like a leg up if you're an Austinite.
Yeah.
Like Austin is a national model for DBE, especially with the growth and expansion that's happening with the train lines and the airport. And if you have a food truck and you think you want to open up in an ABIA, like let's talk.
AUS.
Beg your pardon. That.
Yes.
Yeah, AUS. And the South Terminal, they're going to be asking. So start getting your ducks in a row and get your certifications lined up.
Agreed.
This is the opportunity to do it.
Talk to us about what's going on over at Indeed. How are they celebrating Trans Visibility Day?
Very, very cool job market, essentially. Speakers, sessions, resume reviews for trans individuals that are getting into the job market. Could be your first day, could be doing it for 20 years, but Indeed's hosting an event.
Yeah,
so very
for
intentional.
Trans and gender nonconforming job seekers. We have a registration link on our events calendar, austinlgbtchamber.com. Click events. You can register there, and then they will send you an email about how to get into the Indeed building, because it's a little tricky to get in there. It's a lot of fun. It's beautiful.
It's very swanky, but also very secure.
Yeah, that's a great example of a company who is taking their core competency and being very intentional about how they celebrate and raise up folks during Trans Visibility Day.
Just like their commercial says, you need Indeed.
Indeed.
You need Indeed. Yeah, they're fantastic folks over there. We've had the pleasure of hanging out with them just for lunch.
We're going to hang out with them in Dublin.
Yeah.
They're hosting us for a session over in Dublin because they have 3 offices in Dublin alone.
Amazing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What can chamber members look for in there? Coming to a mailbox soon. What do we got?
Impact report.
Ooh. Yay! They're here.
We've been stuffing envelopes and
slapping stamps,
throwing things in the mailbox,
peeling and sticking. So keep an eye out in your mailbox for our impact report. And obviously we have some scattered about with our events throughout the year, but we want to make sure that you see your little name in there.
Yeah. And your picture. Lots of photographs. So if you attended events, you're probably in it.
Mhm.
But the impact report is a great recap of the impact that this chamber and our members had on the community. So be sure to get a copy of your impact report in your mailbox. If you don't get one the next week or so, come join us at a luncheon. We'll have a pile of them to give away. But maybe you can see your shining little face inside that impact report.
Yeah, bring it to the events. Get it signed like a yearbook. Get
And-
everyone's signature that's a member. This is how this works. You got to be working with other members in the chamber.
It is.
So come get your signatures.
And if your picture's not in it,
Mm-hmm.
I want to see you at every event.
Ooh, challenge.
Boom.
I'll be there.
That was a major call out, and I love that
Yeah.
so much.
Well, I'll be there. Come hang out with me.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'll take a picture.
See, you just got to get Colton's attention at an event, get your picture snapped, and you have a higher propensity of being able to be in the impact report next year.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And
I
if it's
can
at a
even
happy
take a
hour,
picture now.
catch me in the beginning. Your picture will look
Catch
better.
me outside.
I love that. I love it so much. Well, thank you all so very much for joining us. If you want to become a member of the Chamber or join our events, again, go to austinlgbtchamber.com. If you want to be a guest or a sponsor, email us at info@austinlgbtchamber. And then be sure to check out past episodes of the show. Follow us. And then each Friday at noon, wherever you get your podcasts, listen in. We will see you next time.